South Carolina State players react as Ty Solomon is attended to after he was injured during the first half of an NCAA college basketball game against North Carolina State at PNC Arena in Raleigh, NC. Saturday. Dec. 2, 2017. Ethan Hyman, The News and Observer via AP. Photo. The Associated Press. Raleigh, NC. AP. A South Carolina State player collapsed on the court and was taken to a hospital during the first half of the Bulldogs' 103-71 loss at North Carolina State on Saturday. A Rex Hospital spokeswoman said Tyvorus Solomon was in fair condition. Emergency medical personnel administered chest compressions to Solomon before he was removed from the court on a stretcher. SC. State assistant coach Rio Pitt said after the game that Solomon was up and aware at the hospital. He's conscious, and he was talking some. Pitt said. Solomon collapsed near the bench at the 13:08 mark. The arena went silent. Cries rang out from people around the Bulldogs bench as staff members fanned Solomon with a jacket. Solomon, a 5'10" senior guard, started the game and checked out at 16:02. Pitt declined to provide any details about the moments leading to Solomon's collapse, and SC. State players were unavailable for comment. It puts everything else in perspective, NC. State coach Kevin Keatts said. At that moment, basketball is not important. Quote, players and coaches from both teams looked on with concern as Solomon received medical attention. Pitt said SC. State coach Murray Garvin dropped to his knees in prayer. The game resumed after a 40-minute delay. SC. State team spokesman Kendrick Lewis said Garvin went with Solomon to the hospital. Pitt led the team for the rest of the game. Once they knew that Solomon was conscious and able to speak, SC. State's players decided to continue playing. They said they would do what Ty would do, and Ty would tell us to go out there and play. Pitt said, that was the response the guys gave us. We let them decide. Quote, Leonard Freeman scored 19 points and Omer Yurtseven added 17 to lead the Wolfpack 7-2. Dante Wright scored 16 points and Rayshawn Neal had 12 for the Bulldogs 1-7. Big picture. SC. State. The Bulldogs competed hard in difficult circumstances after Solomon was stricken. They trailed 22-5 when Solomon left the arena, but they outscored NC. State 28-26 over the final 13 minutes of the first half. NC. State. The Wolfpack started a string of 3 consecutive Saturday home games in predictable fashion, dispatching an overmatched opponent. They also joined their home crowd with a standing ovation for the Bulldogs when they returned to the court after Solomon was taken to the hospital. Offensive efficiency. Torrendorn had 16 points and 10 rebounds as the Wolfpack shot a season-best 63% from the floor. Freeman, Yurtseven and Dorn combined to make 23 of 24 shots from the floor, with Yurtseven 8 for 9, logging the lone miss. Tip-ins. NC. State scored the game's first 15 points en route to improving to 6-0 at home. Markel Johnson had a career-high 12 assists for the Wolfpack. Yurtseven scored in double figures for the 8th time in 9 games. The Bulldogs lost by at least 25 points for the 6th time this season. Family first. The teams returned to their locker rooms after Solomon left the court, while the Bulldogs pondered whether to play. Yurtseven called his family in Turkey. I just had to reach out to my family because it's been a while since I've seen them. He said, a situation like that makes you remember those people you care about. Quote, he said we weren't even worried about basketball anymore. It was more just concern for that kid and his family and hoping that he's alright. You try to lose yourself in the game. But when something like that happens, you forget all about basketball and worry about life. Torin Dorn. Up next. S.C. State plays on Tuesday at Presbyterian, which N.C. State defeated 86-68 on November 16. N.C. State hosts UMKC on deck 9 in the Wolfpack's lone game this season at Reynolds Coliseum. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed.